This is the Shepherd Sling, May 29, 2025, episode 142. And we are back. Our heroes in the midst of a battle that's been going on for a few minutes at this point. They've successfully disabled and killed the two guards who were guarding the door and forced their way in with keypad entry knowledge. Vod and Ted racing down the first laser gated hall, trying to find a way into the research vault to find the files that they seek from Papa Hululu of the Galactic Partisans. Meanwhile, at the door, Ruben and Mookie and Roquan peer in and hold guard. Roquan with a binding grip on three snarling canine like legions immobilized, while Ruben and Mookie plot their next moves. The action begins. And the initiative order NNN PPP NNN TP. So the first N, the dog that's not yet been tracked down, sprints to get short to the bottom of the stairs. The second P, having witnessed what's happening outside, comes running around the corner to get short at the bottom of the stairs, having seen Ruben whistling at that guard's dogs. He has taken offense as he raises his blaster and fires up at Ruben. He's going to take a setback trying to shoot kind of through the gates and outer patio. And Ruben, he's blasting at you. Are you doing anything?
Yeah, I will dodge once.
All right. Upgrade it once.
Yep. I take a strain.
And he had one boost from one of your when you had whistled at the dog, so he's gonna use that boost now. And yep, and he's firing up at you. He hits for 8.
Okay.
And the 2 success, 3 threat, he hits for 8. And the 3 threat as he came running through here and shooting is he shot really close to the guard dog, who is frightened by the sound of that blaster's report, and runs a rage band away. It's a little scared, and it'll take a setback on its next attack. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. And those were the first 3 ends. First P.
Guys, get inside. I can only hold him back so long.
Can you guys pull into the doorway and shut the door? Lock it, break it, miturate on it.
I might need to take out this guard real quick.
Well, I think I'm gonna head inside. I'll let you deal with the guards. You and Roquan. Mookie's gonna. Well, unless somebody else wants to go.
Go ahead.
Mookie's gonna go down the
In
hallway.
there, Mookie.
All right, Mookie, that is a medium distance away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And right when you enter, you have to show me if you can get through the lasers.
Yeah.
So this is going to be an average coordination check with a boost provided to you by your previous hollowing.
Okay. Let me just check. I think I have 4 coordination. Yeah. Okay. Great.
It's off your agility. Yeah.
Yeah. Boost, and then you said average. So 2 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. You're
All right.
this is a pass fail, so you are
Okay.
able to get through the lasers. Those
Okay.
So moving through the lasers is no problem. You have a medium distance to catch up with those guys if you want.
Yes, I want to catch up with them.
All right. And do you want to use 2 maneuvers to get there and hold on to your action, or do you want to use your action?
I'm gonna use my action, so I don't have to strain.
Okay. So you're there, Mookie.
Okay.
You would run down the hall. And you kind of peek around the same corner that they've peeked around, and you can kind of see in the air these like faint orange lasery things that look like they're in a slightly different configuration from this previous one. And you see down the hall, like medium to you a door, maybe medium to that a door, maybe medium to that a door. Anything else you're doing, Mook?
No, that's it.
All right, next PC.
Real quick, can we get the order on roll 20? I can type it
It
in
is.
if you want. Oh, it is.
It is there. Yep, it's the first thing I wrote.
Oh,
Do you see it?
is it on roll 20?
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
Don't
It's on
see it
Rogue
either,
One.
yeah.
Sorry, it's on Rogue One. My bad. It's on Rogue One, and I will put it
Oh,
on roll
okay.
20.
I'm also zoomed in really
Okay.
tight, so put it in the black space, maybe up close to the action, so we can see it.
That'd be good, yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
You won't-
Thank you.
You won't be able to see it in the black space because that's hidden.
Sure.
Could you put
Or
it
Or
like
at the
right
top,
here?
maybe.
Yeah, I can put it right there. Yes. Yes. Right.
I
do
saw
think
the
it is
one in
important.
Rogue One, but I wasn't sure if that was like the original one or
No,
if
that's
it
right
was...
now. That's right now.
Demands.
I'll move it.
Aha, 3 Ps.
How's that? Oh,
Yeah.
and you also want to know where you're at.
Second P, right?
You're at the second P. Yes, but that will change.
Yeah.
So second P.
What is just for visual information? What is Roquan like? So Ruben ran through this door last turn, but does he see like Roquan like focusing on something that like the Force or what?
Yeah, I'm basically
Hey,
like
he's kind of
I'm focusing on the dog. Yeah, that I'm like
okay.
binding till the end of my turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is your hand sticking
All right.
out?
Bind is kind of like a two-hand thing like this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I want to see. I want to see. I want to see. What's bind?
Like that.
Yeah, yeah. Like on
So
like
yeah.
3 dogs.
So imagine like when Ruben ran up these steps, that's kind of what he saw.
So thank
You know,
God that
Roquan
guy didn't shoot
standing
at
there.
me.
Yeah.
So he sees that, and what else would he have seen? Like, is he at the door or the pink area there?
Yeah,
Is that just
you're
like
on
the
the
front?
balcony at the door.
That's the balcony at the door, and the door is
Yeah.
like kind of where the double blue line is.
Yeah, the door is like right here.
Yep. And glancing at the door, is that like, um, it's open.
Yep.
Does he see controls on the inside? Maybe it's on the inside of the door, so he wouldn't be able to see
Hasn't
that
looked on
yet.
the inside of the door yet.
He hasn't seen any yet. Okay.
Yeah, he just barely got to the
Yeah.
opening of the door like just seconds ago.
Yep. Okay. I think just thinking that he doesn't really want more backup coming in. He might. I don't know if I want to. Actually, I'm just gonna wait for my turn. I want to see what Roquan does first.
Okay.
But you don't have to go yet if you don't want.
It's a reminder, as soon as Rokan's turn is done, 3 of the 4 dogs have been released.
Yeah.
So, anybody doing anything right now? And the comm. What are you guys up to?
We're just looking down the hallway with laser gates. You guys take care of the outside security situation.
Okay. Yeah. So I see a bullet go flying, but I guess a laser go flying by my head, and
Yep.
aim toward Ruben there. So I'm gonna kind of shift my attention over. Now you know what? No, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try and rebind these dogs because I can kind of feel them loosening up on my grip.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna try and
Mhm.
rebind all of the dogs. Well,
Yep. Now you
bind
can
all of
see,
the dogs.
I mean, truth told, right now you can see 5 NPCs right now. So th- those are, just so you know.
Um, can I
You
affect him plus dogs though?
I'm not
Just
I'm
the
not sure on the power. I was just saying like those are
power.
the things that you can see
Okay, no, I mean power wise,
as
it
you
doesn't specify. It just says additional. So yeah. Okay,
as
I'm gonna
depending on how you roll into the forest if you choose to do that. Yeah.
yeah. Um, no, I'm just gonna focus on the dogs here because
Okay.
I see 4 of them. And they're kind of right up in our grills here. So yeah, I'm gonna try and bind the dogs. And I am gonna try at this point. I am gonna try to do an opposed one
Okay.
if it's not
And
already.
that's
Yeah.
no, that's going to be versus their brawn, like we said. And so I think that's going to be. I think we said that makes it a daunting, a discipline versus daunting.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. 1, 3. Okay. Daunting is 4 Ps. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling. All right. 3 success, 2 threat,
Yeah.
1 light, 4 dark.
Yeah.
One.
How you spend them? You're successful.
Um. 4. Okay. So, and these are not minions, right?
No, they're all rival level.
They're all right.
That's
Level. Okay.
unfortunatamente.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, so first off, I'm gonna just use all my dark pips.
Okay.
I'm going to. I'm gonna use my magnitude to affect all 4 of the dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and my range to make sure I get all of them. So that's all 4 pips there. And
Yep.
so they all take 1 damage.
Okay.
Sorry, they all take 4 damage. Because
Okay.
there's 4 dark pips. Yep. So they all take
That
5.
which ignores soak, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Ignoring soak. They're all, and then let's see. So, if any darks were used and the check succeeds, target suffers a critical injury plus 10. So it'll be plus 40. So I think they all take a critical injury plus 40. If I'm reading that right. I don't know if I've done an opposed with this many, but
Yep. Yep.
so I believe they'd all take a crit plus 40.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah. I think. Yep. I agree.
Okay.
I agree. So and the one that's blinded is going to take a crit plus 50. All right. So get your finger on the roller button, and we'll start with, and so it'll be exclamation point crit plus 40 for this one out here. So that's the first one.
Okay.
The leftmost one.
Horrific injury.
Okay.
Uh,
Jesus, that
roll
sounds
roll,
good.
yeah, roll a 1d100 to determine the target's characteristics. So would that be
Okay. So
poly
exclamation point poly space
Sweet.
1d100.
1d100?
Horrific
Okay.
injury.
Oh my god.
So it's a 92.
92.
So that's
Oh, so it's
willpower.
willpower has been affected.
Willpower. It's will
All
to
right.
One
live.
point lower. Okay.
So that
Will to live.
so that
It's
that thing's like
lack
wow,
of
I
will
just
to
ran
live.
around the corner into this. This is horrible what I'm experiencing now. I don't know if I want to be here. And that loud gun just went off. Jesus.
This
And
place
so
sucks.
his willpower, aka things like discipline of that dog is getting weaker. All right, so he's willpower. All
That's
right, and so
helpful.
then the next one in, same process.
Agonizing wound. Target increases the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
Okay, so that's increase difficulty of brawn and agility, and this one is decrease willpower. Okay, and then the third one over is also blinded, so this is going to be a plus 50 spot. Just kill it.
I'm doing my best here. Let's see. Bleeding out. Every round, target suffers 1 wound and 1 strain at the beginning of every turn. For every 5 wounds it suffers beyond its wound threshold, suffers an additional critical injury.
Okay. Yeah. And he's a minion, so 1 wound and 1 strain basically translates as 2 wounds at the beginning of his turn.
He's a minion? I thought you said they were.
No, excuse me. He's a rival, so
Okay.
strains equal wounds. So
Right, they don't
that'll be
have
2
strain.
on him.
Okay.
And then this one, and then the last one's just a plus 40.
Just a plus 40.
Just
Agonizing wound, same as the
Yep.
other one.
same as number 2. All right. Very good. They are all immobilized until the next time you have a turn. One of them, the one with the blinded eyeballs, like you just continued to like work on crushing his skull, and you hit like a fairly major like branch off his carotid artery with fragments of his skull, and so the ground below him is just beginning to collect like a puddle of like red spreading blood just under his neck as you've crushed his skull into one of his main arteries that goes up there.
As it does.
Yeah, it don't feel good. And then so that was your action. Are you going to do any maneuvers?
2 threat to deal out though for that.
Oh, 2 threat deal. Yes. That guy right here is like, I don't know what's happening, but it's clear that person has some kind of like magnets on him, or maybe it is is manipulating some energy fields from this place, but he's doing that to that dog, and that makes me mad. And so this guy just put his eyes on you like you're doing that, and so he's gonna take a boost on his next attack towards Roquan.
Okay. And 4 strain, right, for 4 dark pips.
And 4 strain for 4 dark pips. Yep.
Cool.
So you're up to 9 conflict for spreading like that much, just like pain amongst those dogs. I'm gonna take that up 1 additional conflict to 10.
Why not?
That's a lot. It's a lot of hurt dog. And
Maneuver then. Yeah.
I thought
It's
Roquan liked animals.
and 2 maneuvers.
Um.
Not when they're ugly.
So I can't go through the door, right? That's an action, isn't it?
You could go through the door.
It's open.
Okay, I do want to go
right?
through the door
I
then.
think.
Yep. I think I would say at the point that you lose like eye contact with these things, I think they might lose the bind.
Can I kind of just back up a little bit, not go
you
a full
can't
range
you
band?
can't bind out of view. I mean, maybe this is a bigger discussion. Like if you
This might
blink
be
or
a
close your eyes, do you lose your bind?
No, not blinking and closing your eyes, but like running away down a hall. Yeah.
Really? Okay. All right.
Losing line of sight.
It is
Losing like that
magnetic.
In my
focus.
okay, in my head, I imagine that's fine. We can play the way. In my head, I picture it as if you knew where someone was in the room next door through a wall, you could potentially like bind them if they're close enough because you know where they're at and you can sense their. I don't know, but okay, cool.
Well, I would definitely say this. If still binding, and decides to walk in a laser gated hall, at that point you can do one or the other. I think either you can
Right.
concentrate to get through
Your
laser
attention is
beams.
distracted. Yes. Yeah.
I think if you're binding and walking away, I could see that being okay, but I think you're like doing this.
Yeah, and this makes total sense
I don't think
because
you're like running.
there's a talent on this tree called duration where I have to commit 3 force die to be able to sustain the ongoing effects.
Oh, there you go.
So
There you go.
so that's kind of what you're saying, but I don't.
You don't
I'm
have
not
that
able to
ability
do
yet.
that. Yeah.
You need to put
You-
everything into it.
So it
right
would
now.
be handy here, but I don't have it.
I think this bind that you just put on him will be done at the end of your next turn, regardless. If you had that sustain, you could sustain it longer.
Yeah.
I think if you're in the process of binding and you make maneuvers this turn, I don't think I would say you can have them bind and that embarks no penalty walking back through specifically the laser gate.
Sure. That's totally fine. So I'm gonna just kind of back up to the point where I can feel the hiss of the lasers behind me.
Yep.
And so I'm 1 turn away from going through the lasers, and then I'll end my turn.
You're like you're right at the mouth of the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
And next P.
Vod is kind of at the corner and he's looking at the new lasers and he's hearing, horrific sounds coming and sees Roquan come in. He looks down and Ted's like kind of crumpled down to the floor. Vod's like, Ted, Ted, Teddy boy. And Vod's kind of like, he thinks he's like, is he ill? Does he have is this the virus again? Is this Dybbuk? And Vod gives Ted a couple, Ted, Ted. And he's like kicking at him. And I think Ted's out. So Vod's like, I guess this is on me. So Ted doesn't work.
Everybody.
Vod looks down the hallway and can I see the lasers or is that only via Mookie?
No, so in these hallways, you can tell, like if you squint real hard, now that Mookie pointed him out, It's like, oh yeah, there are some like little orange. You can see them moving in the dust of just the natural dust in the air.
Mm,
They're very faint though.
okay.
So you could still figure out a way to move through them. Just Mookie specifically, when she could see them really well, added to your ability to get through them with her boost. But this is a different hallway where the configuration is different and would require a different path.
Okay. Vod, and this was maybe my action, is going to, it's the library maybe hasn't been cleaned in a little while, or the archives haven't been cleaned. And he kind of wipes on the quarter round and the siding and a couple other places and gets some dust on his hands and is like, and kind of blows to get more dust to make the lasers a little easier to see.
Yeah. And they are.
Okay. And you said, can you describe again, if I'm looking down the hallway from that corner we're at, which way, where the doors
Mm-hmm.
are, how far on which side?
They're on the you see little orange doorways like about medium down this side.
On the left or right?
On you looking
Left.
down the hall in the way that the VOD character is oriented, it
Right.
would be
Yeah.
on his left.
Okay. I'm going to, with the help of the more clearly visible lasers and some training I've had that you've probably seen in the past between, somewhat gymnastic moves, step over and sometimes flip and roll and half wall run up and work my way through the lasers to get one movement closer. So I'm not going to be,
Yep.
I have one maneuver move.
So we just see so let's just see initially as you move into that hallway, we'll do that average coordination check. You can take a boost for your dust trick and average coordination check, and let's see if you're able to slink through the gates, laser gates, without triggering them in this hallway.
Okay. It's no trick. This is a training. Average and a boost. Good lordy. Okay.
Or
Vod does it.
yes, pass.
He does a long slide under the first set of couple lasers. One of them's moving, and he then goes up, wall runs over, and gets partway to that door.
All right. So you're able to move in that hallway, no problem from here on. And you said you went one movement towards it, so you'd be short from the corner and short to
Mhm.
the door.
Perfect. And Vod yells back to the others incidentally, guys, this is a little bit tricky out here. If we have some way to shut these lasers down, that'll help. I don't know if we can all get past this. Maybe look for a control panel or something.
And the first two of the next ends are immobilized and really nothing's happening with them. And the last of the ends is the one that's blinded and is also bleeding out. And so at the start of his turn, he takes one wound and one strain. He's a rival, so that basically equals 2 wounds. And you hear him yelp, and the puddle of blood grows deeper underneath its neck. It's not down yet, though, and it goes to the second to last PC.
Ruben witnesses this strange display from Roquan. I think it's strange to him. I don't think he's ever seen something quite like this happening because he hears these dogs, whimper or whatever happens, being bound, and that makes him look at Roquan kind of what is happening, and kind of realizes something's going on between him with the Force, but just can't understand it. But seeing that, I think he's gonna react. Seeing that this guard is not really being affected by Roquan, can he maneuver to get to him?
Yeah,
With
short
one,
down the stairs.
or
Short
Short down the
downstairs, yeah.
stairs. Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna fly down the stairs.
He's
at
gonna
it.
do that.
He's engaged in one
Okay,
maneuver.
here we go. He's gonna engage, and yeah, go to hand-to-hand combat. Try to stun this guy out with like a swift chop to the neck or something.
All right. It's just a engaged brawn attack.
I gotta look at my sheet.
You're just using like your fists
He's got like the shock
these are
gloves, basically.
that are on.
It's damage. It has a bunch of fun things that can happen with it, but doesn't do a lot of damage. Just PP?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
2 success, 2 advantage.
Okay, that'll do 6 stun damage. So it's still soaked, but it'll yeah, for this guy it doesn't matter. Total of 8. And then with the 2 advantage, he's gonna use the concussive property. Why is it not coming up? Sorry, I didn't put this on my sheet. I think it like takes away an action. Sorry. I don't think I've ever used this. Okay, yeah, concussive. The weapon's attack can leave the target shell-shocked from mighty blows or punishing shockwaves, unable to perform any but the most basic actions. So he's staggered for 1 round, which cannot perform
Can't do an action.
actions for 1
Yep.
round. But you can still
Yep.
maneuver, I
Yep.
believe.
That is right. And he took 2 wounds.
So yeah.
Or he took 6.
Okay. He took a total of 8, but
Okay.
it's soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And he's staggered.
Yep.
All right. What else are you doing? Maneuvered action.
I think he's gonna just end up there for now.
All right. And next PC.
That's
Ted.
you, Rigel.
I am going to run to the door.
And so when you step into the hallway, you just got to do that coordination check.
Yep.
And so those lasers for you are like very dull, hard to see. So average coordination check.
I failed. 2 advantage.
That is not a pass fail. Yeah. So they've just been they've been triggered once, but you're able to move.
Okay. I will run down. You said I was medium to the.
Yep. To the
door?
closest door.
All right. I will go. I will take the extra maneuver for a strain.
You don't need to the coordination was kind of an ancillary thing, so you'd still have a action and a maneuver if you want.
Okay. I'll just take 2 maneuvers to the door.
Yep. And
And that's it.
you're at the door, and as you pull up to the door, it's closed. And this one has like this does not have an alphanumerical keyboard on the door like the outer door did. This has more of just like a black screen next to the door
Okay.
as you run down and look, just kind of seeing what you're seeing. And yeah, it's top of the order. Oh, yep, top of the order. And this round, at the end of the round, or at the end of the initiative, there is an additional N. Go.
Okay.
And there we go. So first N, geez, that hit that Ruben just applied that guy on the outside really hurt. He doesn't want to fricking be in punching range with that guy. So he's gonna back up. He's gonna back up a couple paces and take a blast at Ruben. He takes a boost on this shot from the previous rolls. No, it doesn't. He can't do an action. Never mind.
He can aim, but he can't shoot.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, "Whoa, I want no more of that noise." And so he is going to yeah, he's going to
Yeah, he like got his
use,
bell rung there for a second.
he got his bell
Like,
rung, and so he's going to get like medium away. He's going to take 2 strain because he can't use one of those as an action. And you just hear him as he's running away, like yelling into his little like radio on his shoulder, like, "Emergency! It says 1 volt! Emergency! It says 1 volt!" And he's running now like behind the dog. So he took 2 strain to just run away from you. That's what the first N did. And the next 2 Ns are presently immobilized by Roquan. And first PC.
Ruben would
Roquan,
go, if that's right.
or Ruben, yeah.
Or-
Will you finish what you have
Uh,
started?
I think being as there's a lot of company out here, Ruben sees everyone's like kind of either running away or is being bound. He's just gonna maneuver back towards Roquan.
And that's short.
And then, yeah, take a second. His action will just be
All right.
getting inside the doors.
So coming inside the door and maybe getting like halfway down that hall would be a second maneuver. Cashed in for an action, no problem.
Yeah.
But to see if you can do that as you enter, I want a average coordination check. And this one is Mookie has boosted people's knowledge of what these are like. So Mookie, how are you helping Ruben here for him to get that boost?
I'm gonna tell Ruben the pattern that we all use to kind of chart the course, and tell him, 1 step right, 2 steps left, bend over, do the Macarena and hop through. I'm gonna give him the course.
Yep. Ruben, take a boost.
Okay, it's a coordination.
Average coordination check. Yep.
I found it easier
Okay.
to
With the
wall
boost.
run if you can take like 3 steps up the wall. But you can do what Mookie says too.
Okay. And actually, okay. Ruben just realized that there was lasers in here. Can I walk back my decision, seeing that there's lasers?
Yeah,
Um,
you're not running in.
I think if he saw the lasers, I'll say he moved up and saw that, or maybe he saw it before, but
He
that's
might have heard
fine.
some chatter from Mookie. Yeah,
Sure.
he knows what to expect there.
Okay. I'm just gonna spend another maneuver to come back down here and do another attack on a dog.
So he's
this time.
he's medium away from you, the guy. But what are you attacking?
One of the closer. He's not chasing after the guy. He's further away.
Oops.
Probably this closest one, the one that has his eyeballs popped out.
The dog. Yeah, the dog. There's a dog that's bleeding out with a crushed skull, and it's short
Yeah.
from you.
He's like,
Yeah.
time to end
What
this
do you-
poor pup's miserable life.
All right, it's short to you. So you need one more maneuver. You need one more maneuver to get to it.
Just brutal.
Yep, he does.
You can stomp on
Yep.
And
Yes,
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll hear out. Yeah, I'm interested to see how Ruben puts this down. I think this could be a
It's
mercy
suffering.
kill. This could be a mercy kill.
Suffering.
the.
Ruben's an outdoorsman too. All right, Ruben, you took another maneuver to get within engage.
Yep.
So that's 2 strain to do that. And then what are you doing?
Still, just an average brawl. This time it'll have to be with a stun cloak, because his fists have to kind of cool down after dealing a little stun charge kind of a thing.
Okay.
So it doesn't have all the fun
You're
stuff
gonna
with it.
whack
but
it with your stun cloak.
yeah, kind of twirls around.
And all right, it's an adversary 1, so it's going to be RP.
Ooh. Shit. This is... I'm just realizing I don't think any of us have actually gotten attacked. What about one of these yet?
Nope, they've just gotten the shit kicked out of them.
Okay,
Uh-oh,
it's a miss.
but-
It's a miss
but-
and a
But you're
despair.
gonna.
Yeah.
Yep. He broke out of the bind.
So okay. Shit. I just knocked it back to its senses.
Yeah.
So on this one has knockdown and disorient. I think I can trigger something with the advantage.
Was it a successful attack? Did you roll a success?
Oh, to use the advantage, it has to be a success.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be a successful. It doesn't have to inflict damage, but it has to be a success.
Okay.
Ian, narratively, how did he break out of bind? Was it I got distracted by something he did, or was it the dog got?
Ruben, actually, like the way you've been directing your force power, like the way you've kind of had this like connection and the line you had with that dog and how you're focused on him. Ruben, like he just got in the way just enough. He's a big enough guy with his lovely twill cloak, and you kind of like lost sight of the dog for just enough time for the dog to like shake out of that force. This is the despair, and be like, wait, it senses something in front of it. As a breeze of air went by its face in a cape swing that missed.
Completely.
The fair for a despair.
No, totally fair. I just wanted to hear it narratively. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's and then yeah, 2 advantage
Okay.
Rube.
Dang, that just sucks. Okay, I'll just recover 2 strain.
Oh.
I got nothing.
Next PC.
Ruben's absolutely dashing, but needs to perfect the cloak attack swirl maneuver.
Yeah.
I don't know how you attack with a stun cloak. You spin it, and when it hits, it like delivers a charge.
I think
Yep.
it has a little bit of like almost like heavier beads or something in it, where like it almost like kind of whips you a little bit.
like
you
a
know?
towel in a locker room.
Yeah.
That's about the extent.
It's just sopping wet.
Spank the shit out of those ducks.
Roquan, do you want to go?
I'd rather go last,
Okay.
or at least after the next dog.
Bod's gonna push his way further down with 2 maneuvers to the next door, which is on the left, past Ted.
Yep. Also on the left. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I can get
I'd
to
let
it,
you.
but okay.
I'd let you get to it. I think that's reasonable for how I envision this hallway.
Okay. And that's the end of my yeah, no actions. Ted, you check that one, and I'll check this one.
Okay. You may go next and open it up. I'm gonna open it up.
It doesn't open. It feels locked.
Oh, it's locked, Bod. Maybe I'll try and break it open.
Ted, I mean, I don't know how the janitorial service works around here. Apparently, they lock the internal doors as well, but I haven't tried yet. Maybe there's a way in. We could sure use Mookie's. Maybe she could unlock all of them in one foul technological computer swoop, but if you have any ideas how to short the internal circuitry for this place, lasers,
There's
doors.
no. I don't think there's any pad on this one, right?
Well,
It
I
had
just read
it had a
fast. There was
black screen to the side.
screen to the
Oh, a black
side.
screen. Oh, got it. For some reason, I thought you meant like a screen door. I was like, oh, that should be easy. All right.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like a
Oh,
LCD TV set that's off.
great. Yeah, I haven't seen many screen doors in Star Wars before. I'm gonna try and interact with the LCD panel with the panel.
And it basically just comes up as like enter enter pass code.
All right. I'm gonna try and brute force. Try and enter some passwords. Maybe I don't have a hacking tool.
Hey
Mm-mm.
Ted, why don't you try the same passcode that got us into this joint?
Oh, what was it?
4446.
4446.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think
Mookie's
that
gonna
was
do
it.
it. Oh, okay.
I think it was close, but what was that passcode?
4486.
Does anybody remember the passcode?
I always use milk of quay. Try milk o quay.
We're looking for
Milk.
numbers here, Vod. We're looking for numbers 1 through 10.
Oh,
Actually, 1 through 9. 0 through 9.
well,
Nope.
are there any Arabic letters underneath the numbers? Because this, I think a lot of people use that too. I'm not the only one.
I'll
I
try those
know
numbers,
I'm not the
Mookie.
only one.
I'm gonna try the numbers Mookie gave me.
Yep. And she gave you the numbers 44569.
Thank you.
And that unknown entry code.
I didn't work,
Error.
Mookie. Didn't work.
Shit.
Well, you got your hacking tools, right?
I do.
Great.
Try it backwards.
I'm not gonna try it backwards. I'm gonna go towards you, Vod. I'm gonna let Mookie
And
try this one.
This is why you guys are not spy worthy. I know all the tricks,
And
all the passcodes.
that'd be about short, Ted, to Vod.
All right. I'm there, and I'm done.
And it looks the door that Vod's sitting in front of, as you've looked at them both now, you're like, yep, these both look exactly the same. Next PC.
Mookie will head down the hallway to the first door on the left.
And Mookie, I just need I need an average coordination check as you enter into this hallway.
Okay. No shit.
No, so you just triggered you triggered. Oh man, so you've triggered the lasers twice now, and so you hear like a boop 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 going off, and a couple things you notice happen. Uh, One is yeah, you see one happen, which is basically from the ceiling. A couple things drop down from the ceiling, and they look like little little turrets on arms that drop down from the ceiling,
Oh, hell.
as in roll 20.
This archive
And
has got some serious defense systems.
You got to protect
And
your dissertation.
protect your dissertation.
What kind of school is this?
And yeah, so those of so above in the hallway, about like short from Mookie, and then in the hallway, kind of like down the hallway a little bit, these two drop in, and they're gonna join in the minion group. Or join in the initiative order is what I meant to say. Actually, yep. All right. So those are actually, you know what? I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to put them on. I'm going to put them on the end. There's just two more ends on the end. Don't worry about those. All right. And you see those drop down, Mookie, but you can still move. So you're in the hallway. You tripped it, but you can still move.
So is going down the hallway, is that can I still do an action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to try to hack into the door, the keypad.
So from where you are right now, that's probably about medium. So it's going to take 2 maneuvers to get down there.
Okay. But and then does it take? I mean, that's my 2 maneuvers. Does that? Do I need to like take out my slicer gear?
Do you plan to use it?
Yes.
Then you will need to take it out.
Okay. Like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it out.
Okay. So that's yeah. You're at the door with it out,
Yeah.
Mook. And I'll say that would take 2 strain to do those maneuvers and actions.
And
But
am
you're
I able
ready.
to hack it? I'm ready
No.
to hack in, but I can't.
You are
do this
ready to
action.
hack it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and 2 strain. Yep.
And yeah, and in running down the hall, you just heard and saw like these turreted arms come down and begin like training in on you guys. And those again went to the end of the initiative order. And next N, as it shakes the cobwebs from its head, yet is still very, very, very hurt. It is the dog that is right next to Reuben is going to jump up and try to bite at him. Yeah, wow. All right. So it's blinded, so it gets +2 difficulty to all checks. So this is going to be a melee check. That's going to be a daunting melee check,
Oh my gosh.
and it's going to try to like tear at Reuben with its fangs. Reuben, are you doing anything?
No, I have 1 melee defense, though.
Yep. So you'll get a defense from that. And it
Um,
also has a setback from you scathing tirading it when it was blind.
yeah.
So it takes that setback. And yeah, it's gonna flip a destiny.
And I'm just checking too. It took the 2 damage for this turn, right? It's not dead, right?
Yes. Thank you. I did forget that, but it did. Yes, it did. So at the beginning of this turn, it like yelped a little bit. Not down yet. Flipping a destiny. 2 setbacks. Attacking Reuben. Reuben, are you doing anything else?
No.
Okay. 2 threat and 2 triumph.
Oof.
Whoa, that's amazing. The
Yeah,
dog grows
yeah,
2
yeah, yeah,
eyeballs back.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
kidding.
So it it in its valiant attempt at attacking you, blinded, its skull was crushed. Um, it 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 jumping up at you to attack and bite. It missed. It slipped, and that place where its skull had been cutting into his artery and hurting him a lot, just completely just longitudinally just tore the rest of that artery open. So it's 2 strain. It takes those 2 strain as its artery gets more ripped open. It goes below its wound threshold and it dies. Just that was the den mother who just died.
Oh,
And these 2 bound dogs who have been like just like their whatever raw animalistic force, 2 triumphs, they each break loose of the bind, um uh and uh and don't are no longer bound. How's that?
which 2?
um let's say this one just died in its attack, and like this one and the 2 closest ones see see their den mother collapse and are like forced out of where they were.
That seems like just one triumph in a way. I don't know. But yeah, you could free all of them, or is the other one free?
No, this one's still bound.
Okay, we'll accept that. That's great. That is totally fine.
That's probably the one that's already gone, though, huh?
No, this one's the one that's been signed is dead. Uh, yeah, yeah. I think these two just broke out. Yeah, yeah. I broke out of a bind. Like I I fundamentally altered a rule to make that happen. I'll use a triumph for each. And okay, so that's what that one did. Um, Ba, ba, ba,
Sweet.
ba.
Or sweet.
Or Ruben.
Honestly, I would have preferred if you just hit. Dude, this stun cloak
joke.
is pretty badass. So if I get attack, I
Oh,
deal damage.
Yeah, I would have shocked him.
But no,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
triumphs.
We can spar. We can spar with it.
Oh, it's like
Baby.
worst case scenario.
Yeah. So I
More ends or
yeah, I was just trying to figure out where I am on the sheet. I've done this to myself. So I'm to this end. Okay. Where am I? What am I missing? Okay, one, two.
The other guy
yeah.
has moved yet.
Yeah, I know. What's that?
The guy on the right hand corner.
Yeah, I forgot about him. Then I had to re-add him. So he was why that other end came on at the end, and then the other two got added. But yeah, good idea. He's still around.
do you have to remove? Do you have to remove an
he-
end now too?
One like the one that just went is the one that got removed. So at the end of
Okay.
next round or at the end of this round, then we'll shore it up.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy around the corner on the other side, yeah, Ruben, is going to come around the corner and get within short of Ruben and take a shot at him. Ruben, you doing anything?
Yeah, I'll dodge.
All right.
Extreme.
Yep. Good and good. He hits for 8, and he will
Okay.
throw a crit. And running up, he sees the dead den mother. He actually had raised that thing on liver cheese from when it was a weaning pup, all the way to there, and he just sees its crumpled, like crushed skull next to you at your feet, and his heart just breaks, and he takes a couple strain for doing that, seeing the den mother killed like that, and he is gonna hit a crit.
You are a triumph machine tonight.
Hey. Agonizing wound. Target increases difficulty roll brawn and agility checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
Oh no!
Shot you right in your Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Like right-handed.
Right-handed. Yeah, you really love throwing crosses with your right hand when you're fighting, and he shot you right at the right in the punching knuckles.
Yeah.
Your right hand. You can't. It's gonna hurt to throw your patented right cross now
The
because you just got
punchy
blasted right
knuckles.
there.
Right in the kisser.
Right
I
in the-
shouldn't have
right in
said
the-
anything
right in the-
about that
right in
guy.
the- But thank you. I needed a reminder. And yeah, and he took 2 strain for seeing the den mother that he had raised on liver cheese from a weaning pup, dead at your feet. Broke his heart. And the and then last end, this group. That was the last. Was that the last end?
I thought it was last.
Yep. That sounds great. So now next P.
Getting really sick of these guys.
Wait,
you need
last
to?
P?
No.
Next
Oh,
P,
next P. Sorry.
second
Okay.
to last P would be, yeah.
My bad. My bad. Go ahead.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting really sick of these, so I'm gonna try and I'm losing my grip here. I'm gonna try and hold on and bind one more time.
Yep. There's,
I'm gonna try and bind this guy here though.
yep. Are
And
you trying to do an opposed right off?
Yeah.
Yep. Let's just do,
Well, if I am successful against him, can I add the dogs, or would you
yes,
need
yeah,
to pay
exactly.
them?
Like,
I can. Okay.
yeah, I think you kind of like initially just are like, I feel like binding, you dip into the force, and then
Yeah.
whatever you roll, you tell me what happens.
Cool.
So
I
I
just want to
think
make sure if
step
he's
one is,
easier that you're not like, well, wait, you can't include those guys. You know
ooh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Because
I
I'm
don't know.
guessing he's easier.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And um just let's just do it.
Either way,
There are some there's a rule called Spitfire that I think allows you to do something kind of like that. So aim for
okay.
him. If
Okay.
if that's what you're doing, that's perfect.
Yeah.
This will be this will be against his brawn, but he's not quite as strong. So this will be a hard discipline check, Roquan.
Spitfire. Crater McCray.
Yeah, credit him.
Great. Ryder
Crazy McCray.
All right. For
Whatever you call
success,
them. Cooter.
5 white, 1 dark.
4 success, 5 white, 1 dark. Why can't I see that roll? Where is it?
Did I do it in? Oh, I did in dice. Yeah.
I believe you. Mine's
did.
just not reloading yet.
Me either.
Mine either. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe you did it in. Is it in Rogue One, you think, or something else?
I just checked Rogue
Oh
One.
no, yeah, you're right. I didn't. Where did I do it? Just hold on, I'll find it.
You did it in Cabin Weekend 2026. No, I don't know. But I trust you. I can't see it.
Oh, now I'm really confused on where I did this.
You did it in Dice R1 test.
What the hell is that?
That's in like the welcome. It's actually, I'm surprised we don't do that more often because it's like one step above that. I'm
Oh
surprised we haven't
yeah,
done that
I
more.
had hidden it. Okay. Yep. Well, there it is.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a good one to hide, huh? Yeah, 4
4
success, 5 light, 1 dark. Yeah, you're successful in doing this. How are you spending your force?
I'm gonna spend 1 to do it, 2 for range, 3, 4 for affecting 3 additionals, so 4 total, and then 1 to push them all back 1 range band. So that's gonna be a total of 5. So 4 lights, 1 dark. Do I have a destiny to flip?
So you'd have to flip a destiny, which I think you do because I know I forgot to flip a D.
True.
Oops. Now I'm over there.
I think we started with 1.
Yeah. So it should look like that, and then you definitely would have 1 to flip.
Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna flip 1. I'm gonna take a strain for using 1 dark.
No, that's a conflict for using the dark, and then you take strain for using the light.
Oh, strain for using the light. Oh, so I didn't take 4
Yep.
strain before because I only used dark. Oh,
Nope,
yeah.
you took 4 conflict.
Right.
4 conflict. That's what it was. Okay, I had them backwards. Thank you. There we go. So anyway, so let me look at roll 20. So I'm gonna affect obviously that guy, this one next to Ruben, and then this one, and then this one. So the guy running, I'm not gonna affect. And what I'm gonna do is push them all back 1 range band, so away from us.
This guy will be back to like here. This guy is kind of similar. And then you affected the 2 dogs on this side.
Yep, the 2 dogs. Yep.
Okay. And they get kind of pushed back to here. All right.
And they are all gonna take a crit plus 50, plus whichever, plus an extra 10, I suppose, because they all have crits except for the one guy.
A crit
Because I used 5.
Yeah. So roll the guy first. Roll what his crit is.
Crit plus 50. Okay. Maimed. You get to select a limb.
Damn.
One limb is permanently lost.
Your dark force power is nuts. It's just brutal.
1, 2, 3, 4. Left arm, right arm, left leg, right leg.
God.
Roll for the limb.
101.
Vod's no longer gonna arm wrestle Roquan.
Right leg. He lost his right leg. He doesn't have a right leg.
His legs stayed where it was. The rest of his body went back to wingspan.
Yeah, you just ripped off his leg. So that'll take 2 conflict. 1 conflict, just
Holy
1 conflict. No right leg. Okay.
Can we say it got caught in a
And-
rock when he got pushed back?
Cannot perform actions with that limb. Yep, that's correct. All right,
Oh,
and
nice.
then give me a. We're gonna go left to right. Give me a crit plus 60 for this guy.
You got it. Oh, there we go. Blinded. Can no longer see.
Yep,
Just like his
we know that
mama.
one. Just like his mom. All right, his willpower is down and he's blinded. All right, and then the guy right below him, crit
Crit
plus
plus
60.
Bleeding out. We know that one too.
We know that one. All right, so he gets 1 wound and 1 strain at the beginning of each round. All right, and then finally this one.
Hamstrung. Loses free maneuver. And
Loses
it's
free
also
maneuver.
immobilized, so that's kind of a wash, but
Hamstrung and agonizing wound.
and then
Wow. All right.
they also all take 5 damage. No, wait, 1 damage. 1 damage.
They'll take 1 damage. All
1
right.
wound, I mean. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Sorry, I read it wrong. 5, because if you use any dark pips, it's however many total pips you use. So they all take 5.
Yep, exactly 5. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. And they're still
Jesus
living, but they
Christ.
are all very hurt. And with that amount of like just critical injuries you're tossing around, that's another like couple conflict. That's a lot of just anger.
That's
mean,
one of the
it
most
is-
gnarly
you
force
are really
energy you've ever
powerful.
seen.
Yeah.
And
That's-
dark, right?
that's
Right.
dark.
Evil shit.
But fuck, it's
This is
pretty
this is
effective.
more. At this point, it's
You're
more
just-
fear because my back is against the wall and I see my friends here, so I'm just
Yeah.
trying to keep them away. I'm trying to push them
It's
back.
so gnarly. And no one sees
You're
it
using,
but
like-
Ruben.
Yeah, Ruben's
You're-
the only one that even sees it.
You're using like this is like what you figured out, and you're lethal with it. Just
little
you're
bit.
tearing these dogs apart.
It's brutal.
Again and again and again, blinding
mind,
them, crushing their
this-
skulls.
Started off trying not to hurt these dogs.
Roquan later goes to his resume and sees animal lover and just crosses it out.
He's like, I am
Not-
first
not
and foremost.
anymore.
You are an executioner.
Circles
All right,
executioner.
last PC.
That's Vod, I think. Vod's gonna use, if it's okay, his action round to
Yeah.
have a little bit of a comms check-in.
Yeah,
Guys,
sure.
guys. All right, we're in here. We're past some lasers. The alarms have been tripped. This place is heavily guarded. I don't know if it's signaled anything external or not. But how are we doing on the front door? You guys lock it up, seal it up. We in here?
I'm trying to keep them at bay, but they keep getting closer. Ruben's down off the balcony.
You're not in yet. Damn it.
No, we can't get in yet.
Well, there's
So
Let
I
me
don't know
get
if I
up
can.
here!
I don't think I can dodge these lasers. We gotta
You're getting shot at
We'll try to.
by the guards?
Well, we're not being shot at too heavily yet. Roquan is using some crazy shit. I don't know what's going on.
Well, we
Just
can talk
disable those lasers. disable those lasers, and we'll try to get inside.
Are there any loose ends on the outside there, Ruben? Anyone that might notify someone?
Yeah.
All right, so this whole mission might be botched at this point. Is it worth going in further, or do we bail?
Just make it quick so we can bail.
Make it quick. We haven't even. We're a long way from making it quick at this point. I'm just saying. I don't think we have an exit plan. Internal alarms are sound, and it sounds like we have an external threat too. I'm just suggesting we tighten things up.
No other external threat has been spotted besides the 2 guards and these dogs.
Are any of them on comms or pressing alarm buttons or making call outs or anything? Or can you silence them quickly?
There's been some call for backup, but none have been seen yet.
Okay, we're in trouble. All right, so assume, Kurds, the external alarms have been notified. Internally, we have defense turrets. Shockingly, in this place, for it being an archive, there must be something good here. But we're gonna be exposed real quickly. Small mission, archives important, but not as important as big mission. So I'm just gonna put it out there. Maybe a quick vote. Do we continue on or bail and escape into the dark? My instincts as a spy is when your cover is broken this badly is we bail.
I have not killed all these dogs for no reason.
That's a vote for yay, continue, I think, from Roquan.
There has to be a point for this.
That's the same yay. Anyone else?
I think at this point we don't know. You're right. There will be some backup coming in at some point, probably. But we might have some time yet. I'd say let's stick to it for now. If things seem to go south, if we can't hold off, we'll let you know. Escape plan.
Okay. And just a reminder on the inside here, Ruben, we've got 2 laser cannons on the ceiling. I think they're turning towards me, one of them. I can't tell, but yeah, it's looking dire. Ted, what do you think? Hey, Ted, can you get in through this?
Yeah,
I mean, what do you think? Continue or bail? That's kind of my question.
I'm okay to continue, but can I have my jetpack back?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's 3 continues. I mean, Mookie, I'll ask your opinion.
I mean,
Never mind. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, Vod, you're right. It doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. Oh, depressed.
Are you interested in the archives, though? Do you want to keep going?
As much as I love archives, I think we fumbled this one.
Okay, let's not wax about it too much. Here's what I'd say then. If we're going forward, we need an exit plan, and I'm hoping it's not through our indoor. So we need a way out. There's probably drainage. There's probably maintenance tunnels. We got to look for that. But let's get in here, close the door, and move on. All right, Vod out. And then
Yeah, that was a great action. Yeah.
yeah, thanks for letting me have that much time.
Good.
Vod, with his remaining maneuver, drops the. I guess I hadn't done this yet in my head. I forgot about. Actually, I forgot about it. Vod just takes the backpack. Ted's right there, so he just hands it to Ted. The jetpack.
Yeah. Ted now has the jetpack.
Thanks.
Laser turret 1 levels from about medium away at Vod and begins firing.
Okay. Does this look like a relatively small arms type of turret, or is this a big ass gun?
I mean, its muzzle is probably about like a yard long, and has the diameter of like a soup can.
Ooh, okay, big. Vod's
large
Vod's
caliber.
going to strain twice to dodge. So increase the difficulty twice.
And it blasts your medium away. And it hits for 8.
Vod smokes a couple on the chest and is kind of pushed back against the wall, smoking, but relatively unfazed.
And you notice like what hit you was kind of like this. It came out as this like bright blue, like almost like an electric beam coming out it, and it tagged you a few times. And then the similar one up the hallway fires at Mookie.
What is that? Does that do anything different to me?
Nope.
Okay.
That's just what you saw. Mookie, you're getting blasted at from kind of medium.
Can I? Where is that? My sheet. I want to say dodge. Yeah, I'm gonna dodge.
Okay. Take a strain. And it shoots your medium at you. Similar blue lightning bolt. And it hits for 8.
8 wounds.
8 stun.
Oh. Yikes.
And as it dropped out of the ceiling, it didn't drop as smoothly as it's supposed to. So it takes a little bit of took a little bit of hurt as it came down from that threat. The the triumph is this system is actually it has a pretty smooth like AI programming for its aiming amongst the integrated systems of these guns. And so it's made a lot of calculations in that first shot that it's actually relayed to its partner. So the next one of them to go next is going to upgrade the proficiency of its roll once due to advanced targeting circuitry that they have communicated to each other. So that's the triumph is it's going to upgrade its proficiency next attack. And yes, and the so that was N1, N2, and N3 of the last group. Is yep, right, exactly. This guy this round ran away. Ooh. Yeah, it was the last. It was the last dog that actually got like jolted from its slumber, and then got pushed away to medium. So it is going to charge at Ruben. Or wait, or did you bind them all again, Roquan? In your turn, you bound everything,
they're
didn't
all
you?
they're
Yep,
all
yep,
rebound except for him.
It's bound. It's bound. Even though it got out of its reverie, and then Roquan put it back in, so it can't move. It's immobilized. Yep, yep. And top of the order. Top of the order. We're
20
back.
minute 20-minute warning.
Yep, 20-minute heads up. So I'll play fast because honestly, because of what Roquan has done outside, I'm just thinking this through. Yeah, okay. Yeah, everything outside is Roquan, everything outside is bound right now. Is that correct? all 5 things.
Not
So-
not this. I can only do 4.
Not this
There's
guy.
one guy.
Not that
Not
guy.
not that guy. And he saw Roquan doing shit. That's right. So he is going to charge to short to Roquan at the top of the steps. He's gonna take a setback because he's kind of aiming between the rungs of the balcony. But yes, this is the shot. This is the one that he's gonna take a boost from shooting at Roquan.
Is this the guard that was fleeing and calling for backup, and he saw what Roquan did and
Yeah.
is turned around and decides to fight?
He was running away from Ruben. He has also seen that Roquan is crushing
Got
the
it.
dogs. That was some
Got it.
threats. And so Roquan, are you doing anything, my friend?
No.
All right. And he's gonna take a setback. And yeah. He hits for 7.
Okay.
And in the 2 strain, in doing that, as he was blasting away, he is so full of anger, aiming all of his hatred and focus at Roquan, that he would definitely like leave himself open to any other counterattack. So the next attack against him would get a boost because of how focused he is on trying to put harm on the person that's like crushing these dogs.
So he shot at Roquan. Okay.
He started at Roquan, and he takes and next attack against him is going to take a boost. And then the next 2 NPCs are immobilized, and we'll just say that those are like these dogs out here are both immobilized. And then we'll go first PC.
Can Mookie?
Ruben will go.
Oh, okay.
Want me to go? We got 3 in a
Yep.
row, I guess. So,
Yeah, go for it.
is that guy within short?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes, Ruben.
Ruben. Again, glances around after this dog goes down from a bind from Roquan. Sees that all these other beings have been like pushed back, just like magically, almost, like almost a trick of the eye to him. And he sees one person is actually coming towards him, which would be this guy. So he
Mm-hmm.
runs towards him. Again, I think Ruben can't really comprehend quite what's going on yet, but he's kind of going on instinct here. And we'll make a brawl attack against this
All right.
guy.
Go for it.
And I think I get a boost from
Yep. He's so concentrated
last
on
thing.
previous 2 threats. Yeah. He's so concentrating
Okay.
on harming the guy who's harming the dogs.
And okay. This is not adversary or anything, just PP.
Nope. Yep.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Do the damage first.
Damage first would be 8 damage.
How'd you kill him or stun him
Ooh.
out?
Yeah.
Was this your stun cloak?
The shock gloves.
Okay.
They recharged.
Yep. Yeah, I think he just gets him with like shocking like glove right to the neck here. And finally just like goes down.
Goes limp, collapses to the ground.
After like maybe a spin, like a fake out of the cloak and spin around and jab. Pew. right in the neck. Triumph. The damage killed him. Triumph. I don't know. Got any ideas?
Turn off the alarms.
Access code.
Access code. The access code comes to me.
You
Positional data on the send out signal was destroyed or something. I don't.
Maybe I'm able to grab his walkie-talkie and just get on it quick and be like,
you're
situation
able to.
taken care of.
I'll say with
Love
the
it.
Triumph. With the Triumph, you are going to be he's on the channel that he's been like communicating to like central base.
Yeah.
And how about the Triumph is as an action, you can try to do some kind of deception to see if you can talk to central base if you choose.
Okay, sure. Like he left the line open, kind of a deal, where I could
The line got left open.
try
Yeah.
to.
Yep. It would be an action, but like you could do that.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine
How is
here. Yeah.
How was that?
I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great conversation anyway.
That's my turn.
Okay. Next PC.
I'll go. Mookie's gonna use the force, and
Yes.
she's going to try to heal herself
Yes.
through the force.
Through the force. So your action is roll a heal check.
So 2 by yeah. 2 ways? Yeah. 2 ways. All right.
As we needed.
And I'm gonna use it to heal my strain.
Well,
So
because you're just tapping into light, you can heal 5 wounds, and because it's only light, that means you get to add on 5 strain repair. If it would have been a darks, you couldn't have done that.
Right.
Or if you would have used a dark, but you didn't. So 5 and 5.
Right.
What did that look like as Mookie did that?
Mookie's just like he got it, kind of stunned her, and she's just using her kind of inner resilience to overcome the shock that kind of hit her a bit unexpectedly.
She did. All right. You still have a maneuver.
I'm going to use that to get in a defensive stance.
Okay.
Oh my!
You are in a defensive stance, Mookie.
Against
We haven't
the
seen that in a while. That's nice.
guarded stance.
Yeah. Like in the corner, kind of crouched down, trying to make herself really small. You don't see me here.
Does that
You ran into the corner?
No, I'm just saying that's the garden.
does that help for both melee and ranged? It's a
I'm not sure.
It's
I'm
a,
not
it's a,
sure, but I appreciate it, and I would say like if whatever it is, if that doesn't cover melee, or if that doesn't cover ranged, then I would let you like kind of tuck into the door frame a little bit to get a little bit of cover.
Yeah, it's a
So
funny thing that universally all of us can do, as opposed to the trait, which is, I think, what that you alluded to, Ian, that it's called defensive stance. But
I
I think
didn't
we
say
all can do
defensive
Guard-
stance.
but I think it is. We can all take, unless you're talking about a talent, I think we can all take a guarded stance or something like that.
oh, do you have defensive stance, Mookie, as a talent?
No, I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
right,
guarded
right,
stance is
right.
basically
Guarded.
like putting your hands up from getting punched or hit with a bat. So it'd help you against melee damage.
It doesn't help with like, a
If the
blast.
gun started hitting you physically, a guarded stance would like protect you a little bit. But if you're like, I want to get out of the way of that fire, I would say like you can kind of like slip into the door frame that's kind of there. Like there's enough like cover that you can kind of get down as a maneuver into cover.
That's what I'm gonna do then. Yeah.
And functionally, mechanically, it would do the same thing in terms of it would add a setback to any attacks against you. Yeah. All right. Last of those 3 PCs, but there's still 2 PCs after that. So this would be the 3rd PC.
I guess I can try and shoot at the. How far is the turret from me?
Both of them from you, Ted, are probably about medium.
Medium. Okay.
So
I've
yeah,
got
pick dealer's choice.
I've got a medium ion blaster sort of thing that Mookie gave me, the 10 loss IDX9 ion stunner. I'm gonna pull that out
Yes.
and blast the one that's by Mookie.
So maneuver to pull out the gun, and then
Yep.
Blast.
Yep. And I'm gonna say, Mookie, we gotta get these doors open. And here goes. Oh. And it's an average.
Yep.
No setbacks.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I got a triumph, and base damage is 10, 10.
Are you in dice roller?
I'm in dice R1 test for some reason. Sorry. Jeez.
Got yeah, no,
Nice.
yeah. How'd you kill it?
We
Ted?
gotta get rid of that.
Oh, sweet. Here it is. I oh boy, I shot it and it shorted out the wiring just underneath the main housing of the turret.
And it
Yep,
explodes.
sparked. Yep,
That's the success part.
sweet. And the triumph. I am feeling. I think Mookie is bolstered by that, since that threat right next to her is gone and gets an upgrade to her next action, which is hopefully
Yep.
opening a door.
Yep. And then the advantages.
Oh, and the advantage is I'm going to heal some strain. What I got? 2?
Oh, damn, you got 5?
I got 5. Jeez. I'm going to heal 4 strain and pass 1 to the boost to the next active player.
So wait, what did the triumph do?
It's gonna boost Mookie's proficiency upgrade ×1 on her next move.
Okay,
She's heartened.
got it.
I'm
And
done.
so this one is gone. And next N, noting that bad things are happening up the hallway. This thing is going to shoot medium at Ted. I'm gonna,
Oh,
I'm gonna get out a dice and one test because I was just there, and
sorry.
and it gets to upgrade its proficiency dice 1 from that previous triumph, and shoot medium. Ted, anything you are doing?
I'm gonna take back my upgrade. No, I'm just kidding. No, I can't do anything.
It hits for 10 stun. And it also like is as it dropped down, it also like these arms weren't calibrated right, so it takes a little tweak as it drops down into its cradle, and it takes a hurt from that threat. And then quite
You still soak
honestly,
that, right?
you just took 10
So minus
stun,
soak is 6. Okay, cool. Thank you.
and then and then yep, and then and then the only other N is this guy with the leg that's been like sheared off, like stumbles around the corner and out of view. And next PC.
Is that me? Am I the last one?
I mean,
There's 2 PCs left.
Okay, go ahead.
Roquan and Vod.
you can go though.
Okay, Vod sees the turret shooting at Ted and realizes they have an imminent threat, and he, takes a maneuver like 2 steps and jumps off, pushes up off the wall, and he's got his gauntlets, not his axe, and he's just gonna attack, either grab or punch or something to the turret on the ceiling. Unless it's
Why they
completely out
call
of
him the turret
reach.
puncher?
Yeah, these are
Turret puncher, that's a new one. I've been called a lot of things, Ted. Turret puncher's a new one, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you like that?
it's like I don't think you can jump this high.
Okay. And I
Uh,
can't.
you
I
could climb up to it,
can
but
I
it's
can I do it as an athletics check to get up to it, where my attempt then is not on this turn to punch it, but
yeah,
to
yeah,
leap myself to grab onto its neck housing, like to just be
yes,
up
yes,
right under it. It
yes.
won't be able to shoot me, maybe, but I don't think if I'm right under it, it'll be in like protective. I don't know. You can decide,
Well, I think
but
that
I'm
depends on what the
basically,
roll looks like.
yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna jump to grab on, so I'm gonna hang on
Yeah,
to it, and then next turn maybe I'll
yeah.
try something.
Average athletics check. And the geometry and the build of this thing is just it's very very smooth. The actual turret itself, so it take a
God
setback.
damn. Okay, it's agility, you said, or no, not agility. What'd you call it?
Athletics,
Okay.
athletics, average.
How's he getting up there? Is he leaping? Is he like doing like
So have
the
you seen
wall
people
jumping
do
from
take
like
like,
left to right?
yeah, no, not left, right. It's a wide hallway. Vod can
Okay.
like, Vod's nimble and strong. He can do like 2 steps on the wall, and the second step he's pushing off and leaping. He's like, doo doo.
Oh, like a couple wall steps like up the side.
Yeah, just one, and the
Yeah.
second one's a big push to get further up. All right, here's the roll.
You're successful in doing that. You can grab onto it. What are the advantages?
Um, I'm not sure if I can use 2 to downgrade its ability to not just a set. So one would be a setback. Can I use 2 or do I need 3 to take down its ability
Oh,
to like
you'd need like a triumph
or
or a
3?
number of
Okay.
setbacks. If you're
Yeah.
trying to declare the thing that's going to take, I mean, if you want to go mechanics forward,
Yeah.
then if you're trying to say a specific thing gets a setback, that takes 2 advantage.
Okay. So I don't know, I want to throw off its aiming. Like it makes sense that I like
Yeah,
tweaked it or something and threw off its
totally.
aiming. I know
But
one of
just
them
like a,
gives it a setback or potentially, but and if you focus it on that thing, it's 2, but something like that. And maybe it is that. I spend my 2 advantage to crank it sideways,
it's
so it's going to be not aligned well for its next shot.
yeah, it's definitely it just had like 75 kilograms, whatever, just yanked down on it. So its aiming is gonna be affected on its next shot
70,
for sure.
76 kilograms.
76 kilograms.
Brad, did you roll a boost for me? Sorry, I passed the boost along to the next active.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Roll that boost.
I can toss that in.
Make sure it doesn't have 2 failure on it though.
I
Uh-oh.
You fail on the boost?
just
Yep.
No.
Don't roll the 2 failure side. Ooh.
Okay, so 3
You're
success and
successful
another.
with three advantages.
It'll change much.
Can I use 3 advantages to give it like complete downgrade in its roll? Or
No.
same principle. Okay.
No.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I'll take a strain relief from that extra one.
All right.
Thanks, Ted. That actually helps.
The and then last PC, Roke.
Let's see.
You do it.
This guy
I
hates
don't-
these dogs.
I don't want to hurt them anymore. I'm gonna pull out my gun
Maneuver.
And-
All right.
and shoot this one.
All right. It's like medium away from you.
Okay.
We've kind of said the railing of the balcony is a little bit of a distraction, so it's going to be 1 setback.
One setback. Okay. And okay. All right. So 1 success. So that would be 9 damage.
9 damage. Any
9
pierce?
damage. Pierce 3.
How'd you kill it?
Straight through the head, executioner style.
Down. It just collapses.
Tinge of relief, so I'm gonna regain 3 strain for putting it out of its misery. It aligns with my core values.
Yeah, that thing just needed to get put down slow. Eat fast, quick, and easy. Yeah, and everything else has like died or is immobilized, and so that would be the end of this round. And at 12:04 a.m., I'd say we timed that one okay.
Nice
Yep.
work. Ready for
Nice.
go out when you want.
Well, Twitchies, we'll see you next Thursday, June 5th, for more of the Shepherd Sling. Thanks for staying up late with us on a Thursday night. See you next time, everybody.
Bye.